how to forgive yourself for wasting time, and finally move forward. 1. Take responsibility for your actions, or inaction. I get it, you've made some mistakes and wasted a considerable amount of time. We all do. The important thing now is to accept what you did, or didn't do, work on eliminating the bad habit, and improve your behavior overall. It's not easy, but once you put your mind to it, you can start eliminating shame and improving your approach to life. So now is your turn to admit your mistakes, learn from them and take full responsibility for them. Remember that everybody makes mistakes, including me. Now it's time to let go and move on. 2. View yourself and your actions objectively. As humans, we tend to be self-critical, we tend to beat ourselves up when we make mistakes. We even go as far as comparing ourselves with more disciplined people. Now try to imagine if it was another person who made the same mistake. You wouldn't be too hard on this person, would you? You would be more patient, understanding, and forgiving. If you can be objective when dealing with other people's mistakes, then you should also be objective when examining yourself and your actions. Remember, you have no control over external factors. However, you do have complete control over how you react to situations. Why not choose to be compassionate towards yourself instead of being critical? 3. Make the deliberate decision to let go. The road to self-forgiveness starts with a small but significant step, deciding to let go. There simply is no point in dwelling on the past and prolonging negative feelings. Instead, focus on moving ahead and making positive changes. There's no need to feel guilty anymore. When you finally decide to let it go, your past mistakes, guilty feelings, negative thoughts, everything, you are on your way to moving on with confidence. 4. If necessary, seek forgiveness from others. Along the way, you may have caused pain or inconvenience to other people because of your actions. If these people are important to you, and you would like to reconnect or improve your relationship with them, go ahead and make amends in person. By seeking forgiveness from others, your road to self-forgiveness will become brighter. 5. Open your mind to different perspectives. You may have started a project with a specific plan in mind. Unfortunately, you haven't been able to follow your original intent, and that's okay. Instead of being too hard on yourself, maybe it's time to shift your perspective, modify your plan, or simply adjust time frames. This could mean changing some aspects of your initial project or perhaps starting something completely new. It may not be what you originally had in mind, but it's still a plan worth pursuing. 6. Set short-term and long-term goals. Many of us begin our projects with a long-term goal and almost immediately make a sprint. We are so excited and eager to get started that sometimes when things go wrong, we get discouraged and start thinking that it all suddenly seems impossible. But the truth is, feelings of discouragement may quickly come from our perception of things. Maybe, our goal just seems too far-fetched that we throw away the towel too early in the game. No matter how far-fetched a goal seems to be, you can make it more achievable and realistic by setting short-term goals. Think of these short-term goals as your stepping stones to achieving your ultimate goal. They should help you stay motivated and focused throughout the process. So take baby steps every single day until you reach your ultimate goal. 7. Focus your attention on one task at a time. You might have heard about multitasking, which involves doing several things at the same time. Avoid multitasking at all costs. Don't try to accomplish too many things at once. Don't worry if this means taking longer than usual. Instead, think of it as an investment towards reaching your goals faster. 8. Create deadlines and stick to them. Earlier, we mentioned the importance of setting short-term and long-term goals. This time around, let's talk about deadlines. First things first, when setting time frames, make sure that it's reasonable. If you're working on a project that normally takes 3 months to finish, don't expect to complete everything within 2 weeks. Instead, try breaking down each part into smaller tasks, and give yourself enough time to work through those parts before moving on to the next ones. Second, create deadlines for yourself. Make sure they are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, smart. That way, you'll know exactly how further away you are from your goals. Having a specific deadline can also help motivate and remind you to stick to a project. Without a target date, you could easily get distracted, resulting in loss of focus and eventually your interest in a project. 9. Apply the Pomodoro technique. You may have heard of this technique, which is a time management method created by Francesco Cirillo. To do this, all you need is a Pomodoro timer and a list of things that you need to accomplish. Each Pomodoro equals 25 minutes of focused, uninterrupted work, followed by a 5-minute break. The idea is to divide long hours of work into several intervals, with short breaks in between. The Pomodoro technique is beneficial to people who tend to procrastinate or lose motivation during their projects. By using this technique, you will find yourself getting better results because you won't feel overwhelmed anymore. You'll also enjoy the feeling of accomplishment after completing a Pomodoro session. 10. Be mindful. Being mindful means becoming more aware of what's going on around you. Mindfulness also means being more aware of your own thoughts and feelings. What are your fears, worries, and concerns? Try slowing down and just think about these things. By being mindful of your external and internal circumstances, you begin focusing on more important things, making each day more meaningful and productive. 11. Practice meditation. In relation to being mindful, as stated earlier, consider practicing meditation. Your form of meditation can be a simple breathing exercise or closing your eyes and listening to some relaxing music. The idea is to let go for a few minutes, or longer, and simply relax. If you have identified counterproductive habits, try to replace them with meditation so that you become less reactive and more present. Meditation helps us slow down and appreciate life more. It allows us to see life clearly without judgment and enables us to reflect upon ourselves and our lives. 12. Focus on the lessons. Any teacher can tell you that making mistakes is part of the learning process. In fact, it's scarce for a person to get things right or perfect the first time they try. You will make mistakes, and it's totally okay. What really matters is that you learn the lesson. 13. Start a journal. Sometimes, putting your thoughts into writing can help overcome hurdles. Grab a notebook and start writing. Later, when you look back at what you've written, you will come up with realizations and possible solutions. 14. Develop a positive self-image. You've made mistakes. You might have been disappointed in yourself. However, you shouldn't let your past shortcomings define you. Instead of dwelling on past negativity, why not focus on positive things today? You are in control. You are very much capable and responsible. Affirm your positive traits, and just keep going forward. 15. Connect with others. Having a support system is essential. By establishing and nurturing these relationships, you will have an endless source of motivation, inspiration, and strength. There is a time to be alone and a time to be with others. 16. Be forgiving, to others and yourself. Finally, be forgiving. We need to forgive ourselves for past mistakes and other baggage. The bottom line. At the end of the day, the important thing is to be forgiving and compassionate, to yourself and others. Making mistakes is an inevitable part of the learning experience, after all. By taking note of these tips and taking the necessary steps regarding time management and self-forgiveness, you can begin to move forward with a brighter and more positive attitude. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If there's anything else you would like us to cover about managing your time or how to forgive yourself for wasting time, please feel free to leave a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on the subscribe button to be notified of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.